Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today I'm live on two different platforms. I am on YouTube and on TikTok in just a second, but I am so excited to have you here. We are going to have people jumping on and hopefully asking some amazing questions because we're going to talk about some cool things that are happening energetic wise. So let's get started on TikTok and see. Three, two, one. Live, here we go. Hi, everyone. This is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and I am so excited to have y'all live with me. I'm so excited. I'm going to start out with lighting my incense. This is one of my favorite fragrances. It is not. It is not dragon's blood. It is called dark opium, and I love this one because it can really calm my energy out when I am super excited. So if you are joining in, get your questions ready. We're going to be talking about some planetary stuff that's going on, moonology going on. We've got some amazing energy with our moon going on. So that is like super cool. And I'm like just excited about kind of like the energies that are coming on our planet right now. So let's get going with all of that. So the other thing is I have both of my decks of cards. Now, both of these are my personal decks. So I kind of just love this part. And then the other one is my astrology deck. So if you have a question and you want me to answer it, I would say, tell me what deck you want me to answer from. Do you want me to do astrology or my regular angel deck? It's up to you. But we're going to be talking about some planetary stuff. So literally just yesterday, we had our Chinese New Year. We had our Lunar New Year. And it's kind of coming in with some amazing energy. But I feel like this is kind of just pushing us because this is a new moon, which is all about new starts, new beginnings, new things that you want to bring up. That's super cool. And then I would also say that like kind of like one of the cool ones for us is that it's coming in the sign of Aquarius. Kind of like some amazing energy of Aquarius. So Aquarius energy is always kind of like that out of the box, kind of crazy, kind of like you're like, where did that come from? Like just kind of one of those, not bad, just kind of like not planned. And so that's kind of one of the things that we've had with this energy is this like not planned stuff come up, like just out of the blue, like, oh my gosh, here we go. And that also doesn't just happen with us. It also happens with technology and techniques. A lot of people working on like new techniques for what they want to bring in on the planet, things that they want to change or modify in some way, shape, or form. So that's kind of like a little bit different energy there. But I will say kind of one of the interesting, hi, Miss Kathy. One of the ones I really love is having some amazing energy and that kind of that Aquarius energy. I used to not like Aquarius energy because I had some friends that had Aquarius energy that was kind of like a little crazy. But then I started to learn that like I kind of love it in a way. It's kind of got like a quirky kind of like style to it. And it just kind of like catches you off guard in a good way. It doesn't always have to be in a bad, like evil, like, oh my gosh, crazy way, but it also brings up social expression. So I've noticed lately in the last couple of days of people like being more outwardly commenting on things, kind of bringing out more energy in some areas. And I know for myself, when I've been, kind of videoing a lot of things in the last couple of days, I've been more open and out there. So it's kind of like interesting. But if you are joining in, you are more than welcome to join in. I've got both my decks. So you need to tell me which deck you want to go through. This is my astrology deck. This is a newer deck. I haven't had this one near as long. It's probably about 3 years I've had this one. I've really kind of enjoyed this one. But I also do have my angel deck. So this is one of my absolute favorites. And I've had it over 20 years. I know it's like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. But we have a lot of interesting energy. So not only is this our new moon in the sign of Aquarius, but it's also our Lunar New Year. So this is our second new moon since this winter solstice. And it's kind of coming in with some amazing energies of kind of like, what do we want to do? What do we want to change? How do we want to move this? That is the kind of energy of like, what else do we want to bring in? And to me, it's almost like a restart to our new year. So it's kind of like a restart for our 2025 energy. What do you want to bring in differently? How do you want to bring in this differently? And think about like I would just like to have this show up in my life. I would love to have this show up. And don't put any like notes on there like, I want it to come this way, I want it to come through this way, and allow that Aquarius energy to come in and just kind of like quirky, like however it shows up, I'm going to be okay with it. Kind of like you could bring my $1 million to my house in a box truck and I'd be okay with it. You could bring it in a Lamborghini, I'd be okay with that too. Like however it shows up for me, that's the way I would love to see this. So it's kind of like however it shows up, I'm just going to be super excited about it. And so that's kind of that Aquarius energy kind of coming in. It's also Chinese New Year. So if you're kind of thinking like, I need to do something to kind of honor the Chinese New Year, the Chinese New Year most typically the celebrations last about 15 days. So you got plenty of time to enjoy this. And each day has a different theme or a different idea. And so the one today is all about like amping up your energy and praying for what you want to bring into you. So that's kind of like yes, Miss Kathy, everybody always has messages from the angels and guides. Which deck would you like, Miss Kathy? Would you like my astrology deck or would you like my angel deck? Which one do you want? Which one is kind of like your drawing? Now, this is the one I normally use most of the time, just as it's been my favorite for so long. Astrology. Okay, perfect. So, astrology-wise for Miss Kathy, and this is yours. This is the 11th house, and this is all about community. And what I get for you, Kathy, is some of the stuff that's coming up new for you in your community is there's going to be bringing in a few new people. May not be permanent people, but it may be a few new people coming in. Heart lockets. Yeah, if you want to ask a question, let me know what deck you want. Do you want the angel deck or you want the astrology deck? And then ask your way or just ask for a card. That's completely up to you. So basically, this is all about your community. And I feel like there's some changes coming to your community. Kind of not bad, but just they're not going to be there forever, or there's some changes that are coming in. Someone that's going to come in new for a period of time and kind of bring in that new energy for you, and kind of making some changes. Okay, she's asking, do my bio mother I do get that your bio mom loves you and misses you, but it's one of those, it's something that she has to kind of almost like it breaks her heart that she had to let you go. But I think part of that is the energy of what's about to change for her and for you. Because I feel like there is going to be, if there's not a reunion yet, there's about to be a reunion in that area. You're very welcome, Kathy. And then this one, I did the angel card for you, hearts. I will say this one is kind of all about focusing, and that's kind of that Aquarius energy, kind of like I want to make a new beginning with my mom, my biological mom. And so kind of talking about that, but be kind of open. How it comes about is going to be the perfect way for us to kind of reconnect with each other and kind of like bringing in this amazing energy. So that's kind of like the cool part about it. Just know that she has been thinking about it as well, but it's also, it comes up with, I've done this for many clients of finding and connecting with like their parents, their bio parents with them, that sort of thing. And that can be like overwhelming on both sides. So it's not anything like light and easy. Usually it's something like, you know, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, I love this, I want this. So it's kind of like all of those mixed feelings. And just know that that's part of what's coming in, not only for you, but for your bio mom as well. Hoping that like, yes, that will make that connection. That is the cool part about this. If you have if anybody has another question, let me know. You know, hearts, if that is what you're thinking, like you're really feeling like this is something that's coming up really strong for you, I would say this is something that I would ask for, not how it's going to come about, but just that connection is made, that y'all can make a new start or a new beginning together. So that is really cool, because I know and kind of believe as well, kind of like an interesting part is that when we are in heaven, before we ever get here, we kind of pick who our parents are. And we also not only pick who our parents are, who our biological parents are, if they're not able to raise us for whatever reason, who would we want to be raised by? And we pick all of that before we come in. So know that your biological parents kind of already knew that this is a child that they weren't going to be able to keep. And they did the best they could to kind of find the right energy, even before they got to earth, even before they were born. They were trying to find that energy of like, yes, let's do this together and bring this together. And a lot of them always hope that that child will come and find them in some way, shape, or form. And it's not like a movie where it's like everything is perfect and everything is said perfectly. It's usually not. It's just, it's awkward because it's like you feel like you have this connection with the person, kind of like that intuition, like I feel like connected to this person, but I don't know anything about them. I don't know what their likes or dislikes, or I love this or I hate this, whatever. It makes it really kind of like coolly awkward, it kind of in an interesting way, not bad awkward, but like, okay, this is someone that I need to get to know. I do also know that that is kind of one of the energies for you that I would say is kind of an interesting one as well. I've been waiting for us to finally come back. You've had a lot of past lives together, but one of the things I will say is with Pluto in the sign of Aquarius as well. Pluto is the planet of like past lives and things that we want to keep like under wraps, or things that we are not ready to come forward. And it's one of those, but that being in the sign of Aquarius, it's going to be coming forward. And we're going to see this across every platform, across every field, everything. You're going to see this in politics, that all of a sudden the truth is coming out. All of a sudden this is coming out. And the truth of how y'all connect and when y'all get together is going to come out. Just know that that's part of it. So that's kind of like the cool part. It is going to be coming out. It's just a matter of how is it going to be coming out? How is this going to be coming together? How is this going to be making this connection? That's kind of the quirky part, that Aquarius quirky part, like, or unique, kind of like, I wasn't expecting it to come this way. That's kind of the fun, cool part. But I also know that we always pick our parents, our biological parents, our parents that are going to raise us, all of that. I grew up with a cousin that was adopted, and I always like could sense underneath the thing that she may not have known who her parents were, but her parents knew who she was. And it didn't come out until she was like 18 or 19 years old who her bio parents were. And it was a big deal because she had known them. And that was kind of the quirky, interesting part, is like, oh my gosh. But she always felt connected to them. But I was like, that's the cool part. So that's kind of like, yes, let's bring that together. So as we kind of like come on this earth, we make arrangements. And for whatever reason, both of y'all chose to be separated for a period of time and then come together for a period of time. And then I also feel like there's going to be another separation. And that could be through distance, like y'all just live on one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, something like that. Or it could be that y'all come in together in some interesting ways. I never knew I was adopted until 20. I think that's kind of the interesting part. Like you're saying, like you didn't know you were adopted until 2023 and never felt connected to your mom. My cousin never felt connected to her parents either. I think less her dad, but her mom, she felt a little more connected to. And it was just kind of like, there's something off here, or there's something kind of like, I love them because they've been around and they've shared my life with me, that sort of thing. But there was also something that was just kind of like, there's, like you said, too many secrets. And she was adopted from another family member who had a baby way too young. So that was one of those that really scared her in a lot of ways. And it really, I think, would have been easier. Like she always knew that she was adopted. She just didn't know who her biological parents were. And I think that's what the part that really, the secrets of it, the kind of the telling. And it was really funny, kind of like funny, quirky, weird, is that she was adopted from someone on her dad's side of the family, not my side. I was the mom's side, but it's one of those, like those cousins were never allowed to play with her. They always kept their distance until they were much older. So I was like, that's kind of weird. Like that just didn't make any sense to me. Like, why are you not letting them play together? So many secrets, so many kind of like, we don't want to bring this in. Hi, Miss Sherry. This crazy connection, that sort of thing. But she didn't find it out, like I said, until she was like 18 or 19 years old. And it really, I don't know, I don't want to say like it hurt her, but it was one of those like it was really overwhelming for her. I guess that's the best way to put it. It was really overwhelming for her to find out who her biological parents were. And that was really, I don't want to go too much into that, but it's like it was a little crazy. Um, um, Hi, Miss Courtney. How are you doing? Um, Yay! I'm so excited y'all are here. If y'all want an angel card reading, you can pick your deck. This is my astrology deck. So if you want an astrology card reading, or if you want my angel card reading, ask your question and tell me what deck you want it out of, either angels or astrology, and ask me your questions. One of the other things that I think has really been affecting a lot of people, and kind of in a good way and kind of in a bad way, is the parade of planets. Because it's 6 planets, it's almost like if you made like a huge sandwich. So you're kind of like putting each planet's energy on top of each other. And kind of that crazy part of it is kind of like when you're stacking the energy like that, and it's all lined up, and it will continue to be all lined up until the middle of February. So it's going to go through our lunar new year or Chinese new year, all the way through, I want to say it like came in January 21st, like that. And it will be there until after Valentine's Day. So that will be kind of a quirky one. So Courtney's asking for a card, and I'm going to do it out of the astrology deck because I just kind of feel like that is where she's asking for inspiration. Hold on. That was your card right here. So So your card, Courtney, is the South Node, and this is all about the past. This is also coming up. Our nodes are about to change physically, so that's kind of an interesting one. But one of the other ones is it's all about the past. So if you're looking for inspiration, one of the things I have found for myself is that when I'm looking for inspiration, if I go back to like what I've been through in my life, I can kind of inspire myself. And one of the things I did earlier this week is I did a video on, my company name is called One Inspiring Woman. Okay. Not that I'm the only inspiring woman, but one inspiring woman. And so I consider myself one inspiring woman of many inspiring women, of many inspiring people. So not just me all by myself, but all of it. So Courtney, what they're asking me to show you. And literally I have goose pimples all over up and down my arms and my legs. And what they're saying is, think about what you've been through. Think about what you have put yourself through. Put like kind of, is that I'll work on you in just a second, but think about all the things that you have been through, all the things that you have, like where people said there's no way you can do it and you did it. When someone said there's no way that you can acquire this and you did it. Allow yourself to be your superhero. Allow what you've done to be your superhero. Does that make sense? Like allow your energy to be your superhero in what you've done and accomplished and created and made for yourself, like the amazing life. It's one of those, a lot of times people think, oh, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. Okay, so Azette, I'm going to do, and it's this card right here, Azette, that is for you. And is that what they're telling me is your card is Taurus, and it's all about cultivating. And it's one of those, and that's kind of a great way to think about our lunar new year, our new moon, all that kind of stuff. Is what do you want to cultivate? What do you want to cultivate in your life? And this goes for you, Courtney. This goes for Hearts and Kathy and Sherry and everybody else who's connected. Think about this. What do you want to cultivate in your life? What do you want to grow in your life? We're just about to start, like the next new moon, we're going to be starting our planting cycle. We're going to start getting ready for the spring growing season, all of that kind of like crazy good energy. What is it that you want to cultivate? What do you want to grow? So think about that. And I will say affirmations are really, really powerful with the connections that we have with Mars and Gemini right now. Like we've got some amazing planets to really amp this up. Our planetary parade that's right now going on, like It's like right now, like it's right now. I will tell you that's kind of the crazy part. Hold on, coffee head. I'll answer your question. Just say I will get you a card. 1 second. So it's all about like what do you want to bring into yourself. The other cool part is that part of this is kind of that energy of it. Like what do you want to bring in? What is it that you want to bring into your energy and cultivate for yourself? What do you want to grow? And a lot of times I think of like when I put a seed in the ground, when you dig the hole and you put the seed in and you cover it up, nothing's going to grow right then. Like even if you dug it up the next day, you'd still have a seed. Now, if you waited a couple of weeks or so, you're going to have that sprouting. It's going to take time. So it's not going to be an instant boom, fixed. Here we are, done, complete. No, 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 no. This is going to be an amazing energy of cultivating, like growing what you want. And each new moon that we go through for the next 12 or 11 months is going to do that. And it's one of those, it's going to be bringing in some amazing energy. So just know that that's part of what's coming in for you. So Coffee Head, I'm just going to call him Coffee, is asking, sorry, all the smoke got in my face. Okay, is asking for, can you pull a card? I'm going to pull a Coffee Head. I'm going to pull a card for you. Ooh, Azette is saying she received a raise. Like awesome, money, money, money. Tammy, if you want to, or who's that? Donna. If you want to post your question, and then let me know what deck. I've got 2 decks. I've got my angel deck and an astrology deck. So if you have that, I'm going to answer one on YouTube, and then I'll be back to TikTok in just a second. So Coffee Head, let's see, is just pulling a card. It's telling me to pull this first one, which I'm kind of interested. Okay, Coffee, here we go. It's all about new beginnings. So you got the card new beginnings during our new moon cycle. That's crazy. So that is like double good for you. And know that this is going to be an amazing amazing energy for you about starting something new or different, starting something that you've wanted to. And that kind of goes into that whole cultivate, like what do you want to cultivate and bring in? So that is an amazing energy. That is kind of where we're going. Okay. So next we're going to do Michael. I've got someone posting a question. Michael has a question. Does Josh know I cut off the friendship with him? So I'm kind of getting a no on that. I think they're thinking that something's going to happen, but they don't know what it is. This is your card right here. Okay. So the card for you, Michael, is the source, and it's the sun, and it's kind of like the source of the negative energy that you're trying to cut out is on there. So just know that this is part of it. Cutting off this friendship with Josh is getting rid of a lot of overwhelming, not necessarily evil demonic energy. Just know it's just overwhelming for you and what's about to come down the pike for you and making some changes. But I also feel like and it could be you or Josh. One of y'all is very, very negative in energy, but it's like the other person just amplifies it. So one person is negative and the other person amplifies it. And there's a lot of grief in that area. That's why I burped. It's one of those is kind of like crazy, kind of the end. Kind of that amazing energy. So know that this is kind of that amazing energy of y'all making this connection. And just know that at this time, it's not a connection that balances y'all both out. I will say that's kind of the energy that we're dealing with right now. That is going to be more poignant as we get to our 2-2 energy portal. The beginning of February 2nd is our 2-2 energy portal. And that is really going to be pushing us to balance things, keep things in balance in our life, kind of like work, family, relationships, balancing things out. The other part of that that's going to be coming in and affecting a lot of people is this amazing energy of what's coming up next. And that the part that kind of connects to that is it's a 2025. So 2025 is a releasing year. It's all about letting go of what doesn't work, letting go of what doesn't support you so you can open up to the new, because you can't hold too many things in your hands. You have to literally let go of what doesn't work so you can bring in something new or different in that area. So that's kind of the cool part for you. Okay. So, okay. You're very welcome, Michael. Come back and see me in 2 weeks. Because next week I'll be on Instagram and Facebook. I try to switch it out. I really am thinking I'm going to switch out and kind of do one per week and kind of do one platform and see how I like that, because 2 platforms at the same time can be a little bit crazy. So, but anybody who's hopping on right now, you can jump on and ask me a question. You just tell me which deck you want me to use. I've got my astrology deck and I've got my angel deck. So whichever one you want for me to use, I'll do that for you. And then I'm getting into Sherry. Sherry's asking, let me know if what should I do with my job, stay or go? I get a go. But I don't mean like right away. I do feel like there are some changes coming. I'm going to pull an astrology card for you, Sherry. So hold on. It's right in here. It's that card right there. Okay, hold on. Hold on, Elaine. I'll get to you in a second. Okay. So, Sherry, for you, I pull out the card, Mercury, which is all about messages. You have already been getting messages. You already have been getting messages. Your angels and guides are going like, we've been telling her for weeks to do this. They're telling you that it's time to go. Doesn't mean like go right now. It means get prepared to go. So whatever you need to do to get prepared to make some big changes and cutting out what doesn't work for you anymore, just know that now is the time to make preparations to get rid of that old stale energy. Once you get rid of the old stale energy, it'll be easier to open up into new realms or open up to a new job. And it's up to you. Like, how do you want to switch from one to the other? How do you want this to kind of like flow? I know a lot of people that leave one job and then they're ready to kind of jump into the next one right away. Some people are kind of like, I want a few weeks off. So what for you, Sherry, is going to work that best way for you? Like, how is that going to work for you in all of this? That's going to kind of like, yay, kind of energy. Okay, let's jump back over to TikTok. I've got, let's see, is it Elaine? It's Elaine on there. When or will I fall in love again? Of course you're going to fall in love again. That's like a given. That's like a given. We were kind of created to be in love. We were created to find people to love us. Now, however that happens for you or whoever that is for you, this is your card right here. That's up to you. But it's one of the things that you're not doing is you're not surrendering and releasing this. You're almost like Indian giving is the best way to put it, is kind of like, you're kind of like, this is what I want. And then you send that kind of prayer off. And then you're kind of like, wait, I want to bring it back in and change it. And then you're kind of like, no, I'm going to send it out. And then you're like, wait, I'm going to pull it back. And so you're kind of like changing and modifying, but you need to surrender and release it and kind of like almost like, I'm going to send you 5 emails about like different phases of it. So that's what you need to do, is like, I'm sending this is what I want now, and then this is what I want next, and this is what I want next. That is going to be bringing in some amazing, healthy energy for you, kind of hanging on to that. Don't keep pulling it back and going like, let me change this. You can add that in the next email or whatever kind of energy. And don't just know that it's like, you don't get just one chance to ask. You get to kind of ask, like repeatedly, or I really love this. And when you see this in your life, I always think of like being a kid and kind of like circling things in the catalog. That's when you want to like, let me circle. When you see a couple holding hands, when you see a couple talking to each other, when you see a couple doing things together and you're like, that's what I want. Circle it in your mind like, yes, that's exactly what I want. I love the way they're looking at each other. I love the way they're communicating with each other. I love that they're talking nicely or sweetly to each other. Whatever that is, make sure that you are bringing that energy into you. Hopefully that helps, Miss Elaine. If anybody else has got any questions, we've got a couple of minutes left. I am going to do just a generalized cards. I am going to be kind of doing one. Let's see. Elaine, thank you. She's like, you're so right. I'm really good at what I do, Elaine. I love that part. So let's do just a couple of general ones. This one I feel is for our new moon energy. And this is all about the entrance. The ascendant is all about the entrance into the energy. And it's like we're stepping into that new moon energy. Even though it was new moon yesterday, we're still in that new moon energy. allow that to come in, allow that energy to come to you, and allow that energy to kind of work in your energy in this area. So that, I think, is one of those amazing energies that a lot of people don't always open up into. So the next card, I'm going to do it for our planetary. This one is it right here. Okay. For our planetary parade, because we've got some amazing energies. And this is all about the ninth house, and this is all about exploration. Hold on, Frida, I'll get to you in a second. The other question I have for you, Frida, is do you have one son or more than one son? If you have more than one son, I need his first name. That will really help me connect to his energy. So the planetary alignments is all about exploration, exploring each planet that's coming in, exploring each one that's kind of coming into your amazing energy is going to help you. So just understand that that's kind of the energy that you need to work through, is like everybody has to work through this, like feeling each planet. I did a video, and it should be on every platform, about the planetary parade and how each planet is going to be affecting us. That's the amazing part. Just know that that's the amazing one. Let's see. Okay, so Frida did not give me her son's name, but I'm just going to believe that she only has one son. So will her son's finances get better? And I get a no. This is the card that's coming out for him. And I read it from the backside, which is really strange because I normally never read from the backside. So this is the eighth house, and this is all about the mysteries. And you would think, with how smart he is, how ambitious he is, what amazing kid he is. Like, oh my gosh, the kid is amazing. Like, don't even get me started. Like, the kid is amazing. The problem is that he's pushing energy in a negative way. He pushes energy. One son, Shane. So Shane is like pushing that negative energy of money. And it's somehow he has got some barriers with money. Now, how he got it, why he got it, it doesn't really matter, but he's got to work through that. It's kind of like what we were talking about earlier, is like pulling it forward and then letting it back. It's like he wants the money, but then he's also afraid of it. It could be like, I really, really want lots of money, but I'm afraid what people are going to expect from me if I have lots of money. Yeah. Or I really want lots of money, but then I'm afraid that someone's going to steal it from me, or someone's going to take it from me, or someone's going to scam me out of money, or whatever it is. Does that make sense? It's kind of like he wants it, but then he's letting it go as well. So he wants it and he lets it go. So I think that's one of those interesting energies. A lot of times, like, people don't realize how many barriers that they have with money. I was always told as a child that money was dirty and filthy, and not to pick it up. And so then it's like, but I want money, because if I take the money to the store, I can trade that in for a candy or a soda or whatever else. But that's kind of the crazy part, is like, we want it, but then we're also afraid of it at the same time. That's kind of the interesting energy. So it's kind of like, that's the interesting part for us, is most of us have a like love-hate or love weirdness with money. Like, we want it, but we're afraid of it. We want it, but is it going to be enough? If I ask for $1,000, do I want $2,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000? And so then you kind of get in this chaotic thinking about money. Like, will this be enough? Will this be enough? Will this be enough? Does that make sense? It's kind of like this chaotic thinking in money. And that's kind of the crazy part about it. Anybody else have any last minute questions? Last minute stuff, anything. Like I said, I will be on live next week. I will be on I'll be on Instagram and Facebook, and then I'll be back on TikTok and YouTube in 2 weeks. But like I said, we're maybe going to change up some stuff for March, because that's going to be an interesting time. But if you have any questions, just okay. Anybody else have any questions? Any question? Future. Julie, are you asking about your future? Okay. Any other questions? Let's see. I'm waiting for, like, everything is still popping up. Um, so Frida's asking, will her finances get better? You have the same problem as your son does. It's kind of um, the way it goes. You have a bad relationship with money, so he has a bad relationship with money. Um, and then let's see. The other one is, let's see. Coffee is asking, will I get a new job and will I have to move? I do feel like you're going to get a new job, but not until later on this year. That's kind of one of those interesting ones. But one of the things is are you going to have to move? Yes, you are going to have to move. Hi, Miss Kimberly. How are you doing? If you got a question, let me know. I'll stay on for a few more minutes. I've got 2 angel card decks. I've got my astrology deck. So ask if you want an astrology card reading or if you want an angel card reading. It's kind of the fun ones. Let's see. Okay. Al is asking, can I have an angel card reading? I've had a rough day mentally. What I get for you, Al, is that kind of what the energy you're dealing with is kind of the interesting part of it is that you've had a rough mental day because you are not connecting into Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. A lot of people aren't, and a lot of people feel like off or kind of had some like funky days, like just the energy feels off today, or I feel out of balance in some way, shape, or form. So Al, here is your card. This one right here. You've got to get into harmony with this. And there's too many secrets that you're trying to hide or trying to keep away from other people. It's kind of like I'm holding this secret from this person and that secret from this person. And that gets overwhelming for you and for them as well. So it's kind of getting to that crazy part. Dorella. That's pretty. That's a really pretty name. Hi, everyone. When will Tony L be reaching out to me? Tony L. That's the card right there. That's the card right there. I feel like the card I pulled is called the Root, and it's all about going back to the basics. And I do feel like Tony will reach out to you at some point, but I also feel like he's not ready to kind of connect with people yet. And I don't know why. I don't know what's been going on with him, why he's not been making connections with other people, but I do feel like he's overwhelmed as well. So that's kind of an interesting one. Let's see. Maria's asking for an angel card, please. Okay. I'm going to do Marie and then Kimberly. Okay, Marie. This is your card for Marie. Ideas and inspirations. I would say for Marie, you're very welcome, Dorella, is kind of keep track of your ideas and inspirations because you have some $1 million ideas coming forward. And it may be something that you do something with, or you connect to someone else and have them connect with it. So kind of some interesting energy there, but keep track of your ideas and inspirations because they're coming through for you or through you to other people as well. Let's see. Kimberly's asking, let's see. I'm going the wrong direction. Here we go. That's the card right there. So for Kimberly, what I get is setting your intentions. You kind of set intentions and then you let your intentions go, or don't hold on to them as strongly or as you should. So set your intentions and then work towards that. That is going to help you move forward quickly and strategically. And I feel like for you, strategically right now is the amazing number. Like that's what you need to be doing, is connecting into this amazing energy and making some connections. Okay. What is my YouTube name? Oh, that's a lovely one. Elaine, my YouTube name is Ruth Theresa. I know it's kind of weird. Now, all of them are kind of a little bit different, but they all have something in common. So all of them have one inspiring woman, Ruth Theresa. You can connect to that. So it's all a one inspiring woman, Ruth Theresa, or Ruth Theresa itself. And I do have an H in my name. My parents like to be a little odd in that area. Let's see. Julie's asking for her future for her. I'm going to do a real quick one, right? That card right there. Okay. Julie, what I get for you is abundance coming in. I get, this is the card Jupiter, and Jupiter is always about abundance. I get that there's abundance waiting for you. All you need to do is connect into it. You're almost expecting it to come to you, like come all the way towards you, and it's not going to work that way. I didn't forget about you, Julie. I just got you. I know it's one of those, and it's kind of weird because I'm on two different platforms. So I'm trying. So I think I got everybody. Kimberly's like, very true. I love doing this stuff. I love connecting to you guys. I love connecting into your energy. Do y'all have any other questions? Anything else? I've enjoyed. You're very welcome, Julie. I did get to you. Joy. Okay. I thank y'all so much. And when I get on next time, hopefully I'll be able to post it in advance. But I always tell people, follow me on different platforms, because one week I am live on in YouTube and TikTok. And then the next week I'm live on Instagram and Facebook. So I'm always switching out. I'm always live on two different platforms, which is kind of really crazy weird. Kind of keeps me on my toes. But I love doing this. I love connecting to you. I think that's the cool part for me, is connecting with y'all, and it kind of keeps me on my toes energetically. But I do have Psychic 101 classes. I will be teaching a class on how to connect into Pluto's energy in the sign of Aquarius, because it's going to be in the sign of Aquarius for like 20 years. It's not just like a shot in the dark. It is going to be connected for a long period of time. So I love that for you guys. If y'all have any questions, y'all can post them here and I will connect to y'all as I can, or you can schedule a reading with me. I thank y'all so much for joining me tonight, and I can't wait to see you guys again. Y'all have an amazing night. Love you guys.